along the road, just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all the smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races. We went to bleeding races.
Oh, it's back through Bartes!
1862 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gammon along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
Hi, welcome back to another video back on John Sinclair TV, back again. And unfortunately, Tony may not make it tonight because he's having problems with his broadband. So unfortunately, he won't be able to make it tonight. So if he does, great. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I'm looking for another one to join me as well. If so, on social media, just let us know and I should send you the link. So guys, if you like the video, like what you see, hit the like button, like, subscribe, and super chat. And also, if you'd like to become a member, it's 99p as well. You know exactly what it is. So it's a match preview between Newcastle and Crystal Palace at St James's Park. And it kicks off quarter to 8 tomorrow night. So it should be a cracking game. Let's go on to the comments, by the way. I'm lads. Yeah, thank you, Alan Coffee, even to you, mate. I was surprised to get good evening to the Blade Races. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I get what you mean. Big up to Ian. Hi to you, mate. Hope you're okay. Good evening to you, mate. Hope you're okay. Mason, hi to you. At least didn't say Man United. Finally. He's learning, isn't he? Big up to Luke, by the way. Hope you're okay, my guy. And big up to Alan as well. So, like I said, who would you pick tomorrow? I mean, I'll say I'll go for it. I'll probably put about 4 or 5 players in. You know, give players like Trippier, could be having a rest tomorrow. Bruno could be having a rest tomorrow. And also, all the big hitters having a rest as well. Get players in like Elliot Anderson. I'd give the kid a chance tomorrow. I hope he plays because he needs 90 minutes on his belt. I think ASM could be playing as well. So before we go on the match preview, let's talk about what Eddie Howe's been saying today in his press conference regarding the game. And do hit the likes as well. I've got 19,000 views on that small clip on Newcastle's win against Southampton. For that, I'm looking for 20k views. That'd be absolutely amazing. So let's go on to a bit of press conference to see what Eddie's been saying. On Callum Wilson, he said he's okay. He's been ill for a few days, so he's a little bit run down, but we'll see how he is again today. Personally, I give him a couple of days off to get himself better for the Chelsea game. We don't particularly need him tomorrow. And I'm sure Chris Wood will probably start tomorrow night as well, who had a good second half, by the way, scoring that second goal for us on the way to the win. So what else Eddie's been saying on Kieran Trippier. He said there's no problems with Kieran. It's always more like when the fixture comes onto the pitch, but he came out second half and he was fine. As I said, after the game, it was my decision to take him off. Our forwards were already came off, by the way, with Hammy, and didn't look great, but now Eddie has cleared it up. Spot on. Everyone is fine. Kieran's fine. On the team selection, he said, we have a lot of players that are eager to play and show their qualities. We have a tight turnaround with 3 games, 6 days. So we try and make the right call for the team while acknowledging that we're desperate to progress. Cool. The thing is, right, I mean, in my opinion, right, I mean, I rest the big hitters and play the players has been playing like, could probably get Darlow a go, I guess. I mean, look, he hasn't been hardly played. You can give, like I said, Elliot Anderson a goal. Jamal Lewis, I'll play him. Even Matt Target, a left back. Jamal Lascelles, I think is going to come in tomorrow, in my opinion. But we'll just see what happens. So let's go on to the comments again. 26 people watching. Thank you very much indeed. I really appreciate that. Hopefully, Tony will be on soon. I'll send him the link. Big up to Alan. Big up to Luke as well. Big up to Gareth. Hope you're okay. John, which players would you rest and replace for tomorrow? For me personally, We're going to go into the team. I predicted 11 in a bit. Sorry, Karius, not Darlow. Karius should be playing tomorrow for me. Give him a go and see how he does. For me, I think Jamal Lewis or Matt Togg should play in the left back. I'll give Dan Burn a rest. And also as well, I think Eddie will probably pick the sales for game time as well. We'll see on that one as well. And also on the right back, I bet you Mercure play as well. I will not be surprised. But for me, I'll go for the first 11, just go for it. But the key players, I'll rest, definitely. So I'll go into the team, my predicted team in a bit. Big up to Eagle Eye Nate, or Nate. Big up to you, man. Good luck tomorrow. Hope you win. Big up to the big man, John Sinclair, number one Newcastle fan, and our top look aside for the game tomorrow night. Hope Newcastle have a cracking season. We will do. We're third in the league at this moment in time. I'm absolutely loving it. Let's keep our beat around going. And if you win this game tomorrow, who knows? You can go all the way to the final at the Carabao Cup final. Who knows? And still waiting for Tony to come on. And he'll probably leave us a message in a bit. So thank you for that, Natty. Who would you play, Natty, tomorrow night? Would you start your strongest lineup? Could Saha be playing? Because Saha's been linked with quite a few clubs as well. Because for me, he's out of contract at the end of the season. I'd have got offered a new one. He could walk away from Palace on the free. He has signed a new deal. For me personally, when it comes to January, make as much as you can. And he's giving you great service. Then who knows? Karius or Darlow? Karius for me. Give Karius a go. As us kind of start, John Eddie says he wants us to win. If that's the case, play the strongest team. Big up to Colin. Hi to Colin. Hope you're okay. He should be starting Karius. He is a much better keeper than Darlow, in my opinion. Good evening to Gary. Hope you're well, mate. No, Tony tonight. His broadband is down at the minute, but he is trying to get it fixed as well. Apparently, Tony's not the only one. There's other broadband that's doing as well. So we'll see what happens. See if Tony can make it. I'm still waiting for a response from Tony. Shelby and Maxi should get more gear, and I think for match fitness, Gav have to agree, mate. I'll play Maxi tomorrow. Shelby needs to come in tomorrow as well for the game. Needs 90 minutes underneath his belt. Both our clubs are in great positions now, and for my sanity, it is 8, not 8. Sorry, mate. It's Nate. I'm sorry. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to call you Nate, but it's Nate. I do apologize. Big up to you, legend. Is Lascelles on his way out? I hope he is. 10 million quid, apparently. Could be away in January. So we leave at the end of the season. That's not good for you, Nat and Nate, because he's your key player. Apparently, Barcelona wants Saha. And Darlow will start because he was on the bench against Southampton. We should find out who's it tomorrow. So let's carry on what Eddie Howe's been saying as well in his press conference before we talk about the preview. Eddie on the cup competitions. The league form is so important to us as well. But in FA competitions, we enter, we want to give the best representation of ourselves. I said very early on here, that's my dream to try and win something for Newcastle. And that hasn't changed. Do you know what? This guy gets it, doesn't he? He really gets it. He understands Newcastle United, understands the fans, exactly what we want, yeah? And the thing is, right, it's nice to see a manager come here saying positive things, right? Saying that how it is. None of these previous managers saying a cup competition ain't important, right? And this is the thing. Eddie Howe is a young, ambitious manager, okay? For me, he's the best young manager in the country, in my opinion. He wants to win trophies. He wants to be winning things in his career, yeah? The guy's 44 years old, right? And do not be surprised if he picks the strongest team tomorrow. If he does, then I will certainly back ready picks as well. So on to the next one. Eddie Howe on a sold-out crowd at St James's Park. And he said, when you go into a cup draw, the first thing you want is a home tie. You'll always say proud paying for our own supporters. So when you have a turnaround of 3 games in 6 years, having 2 at home is a big lift for us. Do you know what it is? Our fans has been absolutely superb this season, honestly. Pack out stadium every single game. And you know what it is, right? The thing is, our new owners, suite are so proud of being with us. Do you know what I mean? They love Newcastle United, yeah? And when they show ambition, who shows a project, right, then the fans will believe you. We knew that we got our club back. We got our club back, yeah, which is absolutely fantastic. And these owners, yeah, let's be honest, yeah, wants the very best for Newcastle. And what Eddie Howe just said as well, that is a very, very good call there. So big up to Eddie Howe and big up for that comment as well. So tell us what you think of those comments, people. Leave in the comment section down below. It's Eddie Howe, superb in his press conference, man. He's absolutely amazing. And Eagle Eye Nate said we have Easy, Alisa, as well as Raksaki coming off on loan from Charlton. No Palace fan would begrudge Wilf wanted to play at a higher level. I want him to stay, but he won't. The thing is, though, Nate, right? I mean, he's been a great servant for Palace, right? Yes, I know he defies the fans, like, you know, a lot of people say he cheats a lot, he dives a lot, sort of thing. But listen, at the end of the day, on his day, this player is absolutely fantastic. And when he's on it, he is on it. He is such a skillful player. I mean, I'll probably get a lot of stick for it, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to grudge us anyway. Would John prefer top 4 or cup run? For me personally, I'll give you the answer later on in the show, mate. But let's go on to the Newcastle Palace game at St James's. For me, I'm going to start with, let's have a look. I saw I'm having a bit of problem with my system here, mates. Do apologise. Just keep hitting the likes and slap those likes. If you're new to this channel, like what you see, then please, please, please just hit that subscribe button as well. 27 people watching. Thank you very much indeed for that. So, yeah. So, guys, who would you pick in goal for Newcastle tomorrow night? Who would be your number 1 keeper tomorrow night? Because let's be real, I don't think Nick Pope will be starting tomorrow. So, ask you the question, guys. Who would you pick? John, it's a lush feeling, man. Cool as ice. Eddie in his press conference. He doesn't threat, Rain, doesn't he? He doesn't threat. It's just so cool. Win, lose, or draw. I'll tell you something now, mate. He just loves our football club. And for me, he's got to be given a 5-year, a new 5-year deal next summer. But hey ho, he's just signed a deal as well. Darlow for Ian, Darlow for Win. Also, one of my friends who's a Gooner said he'd prefer to sacrifice the Carabao Cup for league position and focus on Europa Premier League and the FA Cup. To avoid injuries, hectic schedules. That's fair dues. Think it'd be Darlow and goal. That's from Luke. And no streams anyway for the game tonight. I'll tell you what, though, I was going to do a watch along tomorrow night, but if there's no game being shown, then I won't be able to do it then, unfortunately, guys. But it is what it is. But what I don't get is there's Premier League streams, but why can you not have a Carabao Cup streams? It's just so crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But it is for what it is, and there's little you can do about it. So, yeah, so Carlson Gore for me. And who would you play right back? I mean, would you keep Trippier at right back? Is his club captain? Do you know what? I've got a sneaky feeling, and this is my guess. I'm going to say Manquillo's going to be at right back. Yes, I think this guy will be on his way in January because he's not a first teamer, right? Don't get us wrong. It's great to see him on the pitch on Sunday, yeah. But at the end of the day, right, I just don't think he's going to get any more first team football in the Premier League, which is a shame because he has done a good job. Manquillo was asked of him, right? I mean, it's good going forward, but he can actually defend. But at times, you know, he's got a mistake or two, which is so frustrating. So for me personally, I think Manquillo will play on right back, and at left back, I'm going to say Matt Target because he hasn't had games, but at the end of the day, I put Target at left back. In the centre of defence, I've got a sneaky feeling Lascelles will come in, and alongside him, I'm going to say Dan Burn. It's just my prediction as well. In the midfield, I think Sean Longstaff will play. Definitely Anderson. And I would not be surprised if Joe Willock kept playing as well. So for me, it'd be Joe Willock, Anderson, and Sean Longstaff in midfield. I think Buller will be rested. And up front, I've got a feeling that ASM will start because you need game time. I'm going to change that from Joe Linton to Shelby. So Shelby's going to come in the midfield. Shelby, Anderson, and Longstaff. The front three for me will be ASM because he definitely needs some game time. Ryan Fraser and Chris Wood. Tell us what you think, people. I mean, who would you pick? I mean, you got what's the point in having a tournament if it's not going to be televised? Yeah, exactly, man. It's gotta be televised somewhere. And Ian said McCreel, Alan McCreel, we might see Dummett. Well, I hope not. I hope not. The guy's done. He's finished in Newcastle. He's done. Sorry. And Adler fourth or third spot, but would be also love to win a cup. So it's a hard one for me. I think it's be tough. Very, very tough. Lascelles and Botman. Manquillo, you got Target, Shelby, maybes. I like Coffee, yeah. Target as well. Wood, Shelby, Joe, and Longstaff. For me, I still keep Willock in the team. I rest Joe Linton, by the way. I don't think be far off that team, John. Yeah, I agree. Thank you very much indeed. Shelby, Botman and Byrne, ASM and Anderson out wide. Wood at top, and Racer Frazier. Bonswell will be interesting. I tell you what, if he does come in a left back, that'll be interesting in that. And I hope that you do a good job. Big up to Mighty Mag. Where's Tony? Can't see Anderson starting. Good, we have big rotation. I agree. As for Tony, his system's still down at the minute. I mean, look, if you can't make it tonight, I could totally understand because the broadband's doing it at the minute, like, you know, so there's broadband fault in this area. And ASM as well. So, yeah, 29 people watching. Thank you very much indeed, peeps. And just give it a like as well. And hopefully things will be great. So, see what's going on. We're going to look at the Palace team lineup for tomorrow as well. So, I'm going to get that up as well. So, like, look, at the end of the day, right, this is a competition I want to win because this is a game we can actually win. But like Eddie said, if you can get the home ties away, then I think we're going to go all the way to the final. Let's hope that whoever Eddie picks, I'll back him 110%. And I think it's going to be a cracking game. So I don't even Nate is still in the chat as well. If you wish to come on, Nate, if you're watching me, if you come on, mate, I'll send you the link and come if you want, mate. That's no problems at all. So, but I've got a feeling Edouard could be playing for Palace as well because he needs game times as well, apparently. So I could be wrong on that. So, I mean, look, it's going to be a good game tomorrow. I still think we'll win tomorrow, by the way. I've got a feeling we will at home. But when was the last time we won the competitions? Way back in 1969. It's been a long time. And let's have a look at this one. Had to work, convinced we could win the Premier League this season. No Euro games, massive help. Are there any dangerous players in the Palace team? Well, if so are players, then it'd be dangerous. Also, Jordan Ayew could be playing tomorrow as well. I think Patrick Vieira is going to play a strong team, you know. I really, really, really will. Really believe so. So, and we've got Tony as well. Just going to be brought him back. So we'll get started in about 5 to 10 minutes. Brilliant, Tony. Just let us know, and I'll bring in my guy. Do you know what I mean? So, bit of news there. Tony's going to come on very, very soon. So, he'll definitely come on. So, the injury news as well. Dummett is injured. Richie and Isak remain absent due to respective injuries. Now, if the trio will return in time for Saturday's game as well against Chelsea, neither. I mean, for me, I like to see Kari just play because he needs game time as well because he has to get the ball and angle first since he's come. Miguel Almiron, for me, would you like to see him play tomorrow night? For me personally, I think he needs a rest because I think he's been absolutely brilliant. I mean, this guy has been on fire this season, you know what I mean? And he is just absolutely wonderful to watch this season. He is such a wholehearted player as well. And he is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And yeah, what can I say? Let's have a go at his comments as well. Big up to Charlie B as well. I week, mate. I'm absolutely fine and just waiting for Tony to come on. And we got one. Chelsea have Man City in the cup. They may get battered too before they play us. Wow, that's the case. Chelsea, let's be real. I don't feel that good a team this season. They're not. I mean, there's only 3 players I take in my combined 11. That's Thiago Silva, Jalala, and Mount. The rest of them has been really, really poor. Havertz has been poor as well, by the way. He really, really has. I mean, look, great player, but if I was giving marks out of 10 for Havertz, I'll probably give him a 5. He's been very disappointing this season. Let's be real. Let's be real. Sefton's in the house. Welcome to the Maru, Sefton. I hope you're okay, my guy, and looking well, and I hope your wife is okay. And her team won on Saturday. Big up to Julie J. I hope you're okay. Julie's going to come on my channel very, very soon when she gets webcam sorted out. Big up to Julie J. I fancy Athena Winter Marlas and Jason, please, please, please hit the subscribe button if that's your first time, mate. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much indeed, mate. You're getting people on like, I'm just going to get Tony on tonight, Charlie, but I'll definitely 100% get you on the fans forum. It could be on Thursday. If not, it could be next week, mate. So definitely get you on one of those shows as well. So Mickey on the bench for me. That's Mickey on the bench for me. That's Mickey Almiron. Hope that's the case, Alan. I will not have us out. He does study. Don't forget, man. He's the one who just keeps on scoring against us every single time. Do you know what I mean? But if we shut him down or Mount down, then we'll win this game. We're not scared of Chelsea at all whatsoever. Thanks, GS. I appreciate that. And thanks so much indeed, man. Just absolutely amazing there. So just trying to get the Palaces. He's going to be playing for them tomorrow. But I think Patrick Vieira is going to name the same 11, by the way. Do you know what I mean? But he did say, I mean, I've just got a piece from Patrick Vieira as well. He's come out and he said that he's going to take the Carabao Cup seriously. That's what Vieira said. I'll pick up what Vieira's been saying, if I can find it. He was asked about it, and he said, of course, we're looking forward to it. It's a competition we want to take seriously. And he said on his official website, this is Patrick Vieira, by the way, Palace manager. Going to Newcastle with the way they are playing makes it more difficult, but we have a draw there where we competed well, and we will compete. We never choose which games to play and not to play. We will also put the best team out there and compete. Playing those 3 games of the week doesn't make it easy for us, but we will have a team that compete. And Vieira has also added, I've seen an improvement away from home. And he also added, all the games we have played away from home, every single one outside Everton played and competed. It was just a question of time. I've always believed we were doing things in the right way. And the West Ham one was a good performance overall. Don't forget, they beat West Ham by 1. Sorry about that. I thought that's my phone then. Yeah, but at the end of the day, like, you know, Vieira wants to give it a go. He's going to choose a team that's going to take the game seriously. Do you know what I mean? They're a tough side to beat, Palace. They really are. And I like Palace on the way Vieira does things as well. So you got to respect them, by the way. They do play good football. But Easy is a cracking player. Go watch how he plays. Alisi is a cracking player. Saha does Saha things, right? Ayu works hard in midfield. And you also got Edouard as well. That guy's absolutely brilliant. He's quick, he's pacey, he's a big lad. And it is what it is. So we've got to be on a mettle. We've got to defend well. It's as simple as that, because it will not make it easier. And I think Vieira, like I said, has done a wonderful job. Let's go on to some comments as well. Big up to Charlie. I think Big Joe will play tomorrow alongside Bruno. I don't think Bruno will play, mate. And I don't think Joe Linton will play neither, mate. Do you know what I mean? Because we need him for the Chelsea game. Big up to Mansell as well. Hope you're fine. I'm good, mate. Hope you are. Bruno won't start. J7 will, but I think Bruno will be rested. That's from Jason. Change banks, John. So we set up another subscription very soon, bro. Thank you very much indeed. Please do that, mate. That'd be fantastic. Sarah says he wants to go to Barcelona. There's the thing. Will he get a start for Barcelona? That is the thing. To me personally, I don't think he will. I think he'd be a squad player for me, Sarah, because look, at the end of the day, right, he ain't going to go there and be the first teamer. But if he does go there, I wish him all the best. I hope he does well for them. But, you know, getting as assistant Lewandowski will be very interesting. Shelby will start in place of Bruno. Leslie, you're always late. But big up to you. I hope you're okay. He's shy compared to Joe Linton. Hassan, Charlie, I think GS7 will start. Bruno will be on the bench. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't play J7. I'll keep him for the Chelsea game because that's where we need him. Because for me, we did miss him in a way, but on Saturday, I think he'd be a key player. That Joe Linton, right, has been absolutely fantastic. He's been a bar off this season. Wins tackles, box to box, passes the ball, runs at defense. You know what I mean? This is a different Joe Linton, right? And I'll tell you something, right? Everybody's talking about Granit Xhaka, how he's changed. No one haven't given Joe Linton any praise at all whatsoever. And I think shame on them because he's been absolutely amazing for us since Eddie's right for the door. The way our clubs run now, I think any team, any names will more than Kibble coming out on top. Absolutely, Alan. Absolutely, man. Oh, that's the case. How's it going? It's going fine, mate. I hope you are too. Can't wait for tomorrow's game. Apparently, it's a sellout as well against Palace. So that is absolutely amazing. Did John see the video of Bruno and his family celebrating his call up for Brazil? I sure did. I saw it on TikTok. And I'll tell you something, right? I mean, it's absolutely... I'm so made up for him, by the way. I hope Brazil win the thing. You know what I mean? I can't see England winning it. But if Brazil win the World Cup, right, then we have a World Cup winner in our team. But the thing is, though, there'll be bigger clubs could be poaching him. I hope it's not the case. I hope we tie him down before he goes to the World Cup. If they do, I think that will be amazing if Bruno stays there for the next 10 years. Klopp's teeth are made out of piano keys. I was going to Alicia keys to the minute there. Bless him. I believe Mike Ashley has put an offer to buy Liverpool. I tell you what, the thing is, I listened to that news today, right? And on TalkSport, and lots of fans are saying they do not want a state ownership. Yeah, they don't want it. If they do, they're going to walk away from the club. But and another thing is, in Liverpool, right? Why they're selling the club? Because they're clearly rattled because they cannot compete with Newcastle United. And they'll be thinking, you know what? We're not going to compete in Newcastle, right? And by the way, who's third in the league? And who's around 7th? Oh, let's be kissed there. I hope he does buy it. Newcastle doing by 3-0. Botman, ASM, Chris Wood, that's an Allen. The Howe's been fantastic. Anyone knows it is going to be streamed saying somewhere. Jason, it won't be, mate. I'm afraid it's not going to be streamed, mate. But there's always a way. Mike Ashley's supposed to start playing plank by Liverpool would be karma. Do you know what? Could you imagine, Julie, if he brought Liverpool, man? I tell you what, Ashley Liverpool made for each other. That'd be funny, that. But 4 billion? Can you afford 4 billion? I doubt he'd be skint. He's only worth 5 billion. Let's be real. It's hard to tell his main squad, but it definitely rotate Wilson might be on the bench. I don't think Wilson will play tomorrow, mate. I think he'd be there for Saturday. Now, Liverpool fans want oil buyers. What's different story we've got, but exactly. You know what I mean? Rattled. Bruno, not for sale. The SDA, the supposed to at Anfield Arena has a nice ring to it. Yes, ring. Oh, man, that'd be brilliant. You know what it is, right? Let's think. We took 5 points against the Big Six, right? It should have been at least 3 against Liverpool, by the way, but we got cheated. Deary me. And employing me, that's in Gary. I heard they were selling 4 billion Liverpool. That shite or that isn't worth 4 million. Never mind billion. Wow. and Liverpool Investor Sports Direct. And I was doing for Tony, by the way. I sent them a link, by the way. And we got one from Wood. We're playing tomorrow, not Wilson. Julia, I agree with you 100%. Newcastle win by 5-0. Chris Wood, 2, Shelby, Murphy, and Byrne. Don't let Jason hear you say Chris Wood, mate. He could be watching. Jason, we're watching. Hi to you, mate. 4 billion makes you laugh. 4 billion quid for that club. That's American investors for you. Not Byrne. Target the score. There you go. So I've got 48 people watching, and it's been on for 30 minutes. If you like the video, hit the like, hit subscribe. Also, if you'd like to super chat, click on the $sign to give the channel's worth. And if you'd like to become a member, then click on the $sign. It's just 99p. And then I'll be doing the competition very, very soon. So let's go on to some more comments, by the way. And employees, the main man with the cabbage. Steve Bruce, Smadger, Jurgen Klopp, Sats. That'd be brilliant. Callum Wilson for the Chelsea game, hopefully part of the England squad going to the World Cup. Julie, I'd love to see Callum do it, but if I'm a betting guy, I don't think he's going to get there. I don't think he will. I'd love him to, but I don't sure he's going to get there. We're a much better team since Ashley sold up, in my view. Tom, please hit the subscribe button, mate. I believe it's your first time, mate. Thanks for coming in. And good luck to Liverpool if they could take over. Only makes the Prem stronger. Big up, Tony.
Hi, John. You all right?
I am, mate. I haven't done it on my own for quite a long time. I've still got 45 people watching live, but thank you very much for 45 people watching live. Thank you so much indeed. Tony, I'll go through these comments first, so we're going to talk about the preview. Good luck to Liverpool if they get a takeover. Only makes the Prem stronger. There's no way it's worth 4 billion. They are delusional. Let's have a look at this one. 4 billion from the bin dippers. Wow, what a joke it is. Wonder if Klopp's job will at risk if it's soared. And a coffee 4 billion for Liverpool, and we bought for 350 million, right? I tell you something. We won a title before them lot will. 2 army for Ravi, and he's a scouser, by the way. But big up to Ravi, by the way. Do you say hi to Tony? Good evening, Tony. So, Tony, good talk. Even to you. So, how is broadband? Did it get us sorted out?
Yeah, it's all well, it's sorted now. So I think they've done a temporary fix till the morning, but yeah, they've got it sorted on a bit. So yeah, I've got something on anyway. So at least I've got something back. It's affected the whole neighborhood, so the vans are all over.
Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. So yeah, so tomorrow night's game then, Tony. Newcastle Palace. That's St James. Apparently it's a sellout, by the way. I could be wrong. And first off, if it's a sellout for a Carabao Cup tie, 52,000. That is amazing.
Yeah, for a Carabao Cup tie, yeah, that is. I think that's yeah. I don't know if that's the biggest crowd or not, but wouldn't. No, not be the biggest crowd because obviously the Wembley finals would be big, but yeah, I mean, still it's brilliant, isn't it, in the rounds, and to get a sellout, especially with everything going on, and you know, midweek as well, absolutely brilliant. I mean, I expect changes from us, and maybe Palace will make changes as well. I can't see Palace keeping the same team because they want to keep players back for Saturday or Sunday whenever they play to. You know, to finish off well in the Premier League before the World Cup starts. So, so I think we'll make a few changes. I've seen a few people saying like, "Oh, Darlow will come back in." I can't see Darlow coming back in, to be honest with you, because he's not really played. He's been out injured, and I think Karius will come in on Wednesday. Maybe Darlow was put on the bench because maybe they were keeping Karius back for tomorrow. So, you know, and probably thought if Pope had to go off or whatever for any reason, they probably didn't want to risk putting Karius on in case he got an injury. So with Darlow just come back, so maybe that's why Darlow was on the bench. But I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't think Darlow will start tomorrow. But I think whoever we put out, we should have enough to go out there and beat Crystal Palace. Unfortunately, yeah. I know there's a Palace fan in the chat, but yeah, I mean, yeah, once it's I can't see Crystal Palace beating us tomorrow night unless we play really bad. And I can't see another bad performance. I mean, yes, we weren't great on Sunday, you know, but I don't mind if we're not great. But then we go out there and smash somebody 4-1, you know. So to not play great but still go and win 4-1 is a hell of an achievement. And, you know, absolutely brilliant.
Cool. And you know what it is, right? I mean, Patrick Vieira's come on and said that. I read it out earlier on. He said he's going to take the competition seriously. And he also said Newcastle is a tough place to come to, but we competed. You know what I mean? But he's going to take it seriously. So I've got a feeling he's going to pick his strongest team tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I think he will. I think he'll pick a strong team. I don't think there'll be massive changes, but there'll be a few changes, but nothing major, I don't think. I think, like I say, the goalkeeper will have a rest, Pope, and I think Trippier will be rested. Mankey will play in his place, and we'll just wait and see what time the team sheet comes out tomorrow. Well, we'll see when the team sheet comes out tomorrow, 7:15. Yeah, because we'll have been on air 5 minutes tomorrow, so we'll see the team sheet, and then obviously we'll go from there. I've seen some people saying it's not on any international TV. I'll be very surprised if it's not. I mean, keep your eyes open because there'll always be somebody who'll pick it up for match coverage. So it could even come out late at night, you know, like tonight or whatever. So I'm still. I mean, if nobody's picked this up on international match coverage when other games were on, I mean, like, I think tonight Newport's on TV, on international TV. So if they can put Newport on, then surely they can put Newcastle on. And I wouldn't have thought, you know, Newcastle wouldn't be Mr. Trick somewhere abroad, even if it's not on UK TV, you know.
Do you know what it is, right? I mean, what I think they should do next season, right? I think you should have like a choice, like a subscription fee, like say, like 10 quid to watch the game, right? And just put 10 quid in on a credit card, right? And then just watch the game of your choice. And I think you should do it that way because I think that should be the way forward. But how can you go have a live match, football match with no live coverage as well? It's just be honest, mate. It's just going back to the 70s, mate. Just choose highlights. We don't want to go back to those days. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, what makes me laugh, John, right? You've got, so, you know, we had that friendly in the summer against Bilbao on the Saturday at St James's Park. But you couldn't watch it at 3 p.m. in the UK on your USC TV because of a ruling in UEFA that you can't watch a 3 o'clock game. But I managed to watch it because I used my VPN, so I logged it into the US, and I managed to watch it that way. And I logged in and watched the game. You know, so, but they're saying it's something to do with UEFA. But there again, but you've got the EFL who have the Championship, League One, League Two. But there's this thing called an iFollow, and what you do is you pay like £10 to watch that game live.
Yeah,
I know I've heard some people saying that it's not great to stream or whatever, but you pay £10 to watch that game. So I'm not being funny. If you can watch a Championship game on a Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. So what is the difference in watching a Premier League game at 3 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon if you've paid a fee for it?
Tony, well said, man. Well said. I mean, if you live in America, you see all the games live. You live in Canada, you see all the games live. If you go to Turkey, you see all the games live. Why cannot be in the UK? Why? I just don't get it. Football in the Premier League's in the UK, right? And he's deprived. Then now you're watching a live game, which I think is an utter disgrace. Do you know what I mean? It winds us up, man. It winds us up. But you're right. Let's go when it comes to come at them as well. Liverpool only bought 300 million themselves. Yeah, that's very true. Even John, I don't think Ash could afford Liverpool 4 bill. They're on men's to 1, lad. He don't pay 4 billion. No way. He's worth 4 or 5 billion himself. Liverpool cannot compete with us. Scared stiff. What do you think of that one, Tony? I mean, they're putting the club up for sale or want to get an investor to buy a part of the club. To me, like Alan said, I think Liverpool's scared.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think they are.
We talked about it.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool are scared. I mean, why else do they look? Well, it's not actually up for sale because technically what they said yesterday was the owners are going to stay there and help up the help the club. But what they want to do is they want to bring some investment in to help put some funds into the club. So technically, he's looking for a shareholder. That's why he's looking for an extra shareholder, in effect. Somebody who can come in and put a bit of money in. Like Norwich City have done, they've got an American billionaire in there now who's a shareholder, but obviously they're going to put money into the club. So, yeah, I mean, that's what they're looking for. But I've not seen anything where, unless something's been said today, and I haven't really looked, but unless they've actually come out and said they are now putting it up for sale. But yesterday they were just looking for investment. That's all. Nothing less than that. They were just looking for a bit of investment. But I think we've scared them. That's what it is, because look how bad Liverpool have started. You look at Van Dijk, slow, terrible. Gomez looks like Sean Allen Boomsong all over again. You've got Alexander-Arnold, who every player in the Premier League is attacking because they know he can't defend. I mean, look at against Spurs the other day, when obviously you wouldn't have seen it, John, but Trent Alexander-Arnold went missing in injury time. He went forward from the defence. The ball went in, and Liverpool nearly scored an own goal through it because he went missing. Now, if you're a right back, you should be back there making sure that nobody can get in there or no ball gets into the box. But they let the ball in, and all because of him being forward. This is why every player is looking at him and thinking, let's target him, because he's a weak link in the Liverpool side. Yeah, he's great going forward. Can't defend for toffee. I don't know how he can be called a right back, because really he should be a right winger, not a right back. He's more of a winger than a right back, because he can't defend.
That's the problem. And it's been found out this season. Virgil van Dijk's been found out as well. Their midfield's not great. They're a poor midfield they've got from, Fabinho, Henderson, Milner, Thiago. Slow. I tell you, we play them now. We'll beat them. I don't think we'll beat them well, because our midfield will dominate their midfield. I'm telling you right now. And Liverpool have a one bad start to the season, and they're already shitting. That's a fair comment. Sure, Liverpool owners turned down $3 billion in April. That's foxy. Liverpool owed us a full bill because of how much it cost for Klopp to get a clean and polish on his massive teeth. Brilliant. Didn't Burnley totally bought by Chelsea $4 billion? Yeah, he did. And he's done 300 million already on players. And he's still below us. What can I say? Would Tony prefer the Carabao Cup or top 4, top 6?
Right. Well, before the season started, I put my prediction out there and I said, we will win the Carabao Cup this year. Well, that's what I'd like to see. Win the Carabao Cup and finish 7th. That was my prediction at the start of the season. Finishing 7th meant we were in the European Conference League. And I said, that would be ideal. That would be a great season. And to be in this, even if we went out the semi-finals of the FA Cup, but at least we got there. So that would be a successful season in my eyes. If we win the Carabao Cup and finish in the top 4, even better. Yeah. But like I say, where the top 4 comes in, yes, it's nice where we are at the moment. Let's just keep seeing how far we progress, because you can things can happen. You can get a few injuries in the team. You can get a little bit of loss of form and things like that. Let's see where we are come April. If we're still in that top 4 in April, then I think we'll make a push to stay in that top 4.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, if we don't win a trophy and get in the top 4, that's still a brilliant season. Do you know what I mean? For me, I'd love to get a top 4. I mean, it's a be-all and end-all. Do you know what I mean? Totally. Because at the end of the day, right, that's where you're going to get better players to come to your club, right? And all these players that we linked to, as someone said, I don't want to come to Newcastle. Who are they? Far the North East, not in the Champions League. But I tell you something now, right? Look at the league table now, right? I messaged with James Madison, right? If you come calling for you, Bonnie lad, come, because we are competing for the top 4, yeah? And otherwise you'd be Leicester, just going to fight material. Up to you. But we should see. Paul bought 300 mil, shows you why Siders bought the team if they have value in billions, but got to win things. That's from Alan. Southampton defence are poor, to be fair. I agree, they were poor. I think Carriers may play and rest in Pope. Would be interesting to see how Carriers does between their sticks. That's from Julie. Yeah, I think if we're going to back the guy, I'm really going to back him if he starts. Very poor as Southampton. I'd like to see Carriers and Gould. That's to Julie. Was there a Premier League game that was stopped because of drone was hovering above the pitch? I can't remember that one, mate. Can you remember that, Tony?
Yeah, I think there was, John. I'm trying to think who it was now. Was it Tottenham? I can't remember, John. But there was definitely one. There was one game that was stopped because of a drone, and it got stopped. And I just can't think what team it was, John. But I may find out for you.
Thanks very much, man. I mean, I can't remember who it was. I can't remember what game it was, to be fair. But I'll probably Google it later on, or whoever gets that first. But Douglas making games harder to watch, even though it's the English Premier League. Bizarre, very bizarre. The Saturdays afternoons out to do with UEFA and everything to do with an outdated UK law from the 60s. Okay?
Right, John.
Yes, go for it.
Premier League match between Brentford and Wolves was halted for 20 minutes in the first half due to an unofficial drone flying above the Brentford Community Stadium. The players had to leave the pitch in the 28th minute due to the drone. So yes, the drone did stop the game. Brentford Wolves.
Brentford Wolves, that's the one. That's it. I knew it'd be one of them, but yes.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. And the ones each, I think, that game as well.
Why I was just looking at the Carabao. Sorry, John. I was just looking at the Carabao Cup games. I can't see Sunderland there. Oh yeah, I forgot they went out, didn't they? The last round.
Are they? They got beat. Yes.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. We're just taking the P, by the way. We're just taking the P out with them.
You know what it is, right? It's just a shame you didn't play with us, smashed them anyway. We just slapped them up. The game would have been over.
John, we would have smashed them. We would have smashed them without a doubt.
We played a strong team, we sort of thing. We'd have slapped them anyway. Why does Newcastle get there on TV football like Man U has? That's a good question. Why did Newcastle get there on TV football like Man U has?
Yeah, because on Sky and Virgin and all these broadcasters, there's MUTV, there's Liverpool TV, isn't there, as well? So, and you obviously got Real Madrid TV, I think, as well. But yeah, I mean, yeah, why don't we? Man United, you got MUTV as well, haven't you? So
yeah,
and they show things like the reserve games and things like that on there, like the under 23s. So yeah, I think we should have a channel, but maybe that might be something in the future.
Absolutely. I'm sure our owners will find a way of doing it. Like, do you know what I mean? They know exactly what they're doing. Tony, what happens if you see Carrier start, saves 2 penalties in Sarah, and makes 3 or 4 point blank saves, has a blinder? Will you be back on the bench for Chelsea? Alan, for me personally, right, it's Ward will be back on the bench, no matter how he plays. It's Ward will be back on the bench. But it'd be great to see him put in 90 minutes, Alan. So for me, he's always going to be a number 2. But one thing he'll probably do, he'll probably get an extended contract to the end of the season. Premier Leagues in our country can't watch games, makes no sense. Absolutely. Crazy. I think the cup games, the clubs should do their own live feed, charge £5, and they will take the cups more seriously. As people are paying, we could easily use NUFC TV. Exactly, Lee, exactly. The £5 ticket, that'd be brilliant. To be fair, the EFL Cup gets its sweater in England. Majority of clubs, even Championship clubs this season, were desperate to be eliminated. So it's a waste of money for TV channels to invest in it. What's your take on that, Tony? I think Fox got a canny point there.
It does get disrespected by a lot of clubs because, I mean, look at the, you just look at like the teams some of them put out youngsters and things like that. I mean, let's have an example like tonight. So obviously you remember when Sunderland won the Pizza Trophy, the Papa John's Trophy, which is the cup in League One and League Two, you see. Now, some people are saying it's wrong that Premier League's under 21 teams are playing in that competition. because obviously, you know, what if one of them go through and go all the way to the final and win it? Because then it's won by a Premier League team in effect, rather than a League One or a League Two. And they say it denies like those clubs progressing further. I mean, tonight you've got Grimsby playing Man City's under 21s. It's currently 1-1 at Blundell Park at the moment. After 24 minutes. I mean, and in that table, Man City are second top. Mansfield are top, Man City second, Derby third, Grimsby bottom.
Wow. So
Man U,
go on.
Man U are top. Man U are top of the group that they're in as well, with Barrow, Fleetwood, and Carlisle. Leicester are bottom of their group, and Villa are bottom of their group. They haven't even won a game; they've lost all three. And we're not faring very well in that either. I don't know where we are in it, John. We're bottom with 1 point, so we're not even going to qualify, I don't think.
Be fair sort of thing, like, you know, I don't think that's part of that competition at all whatsoever. But hopefully in a couple of years' time we have better reserve players as well. But we'll see. But we need to, because
Would you agree, John? But do you agree, John, that what people are saying, like, because I've spoken to fans from like League One clubs and that, and they say it's not fair that they're in there, the Premier League under. Said I know they're under 21s, but they're saying it's not fair in a way because they're saying to sort of stopping the progress of any of the like League One or Two clubs getting further in the competition or whatever if they get knocked out in the group, say by one of the Premier League teams on goal difference or something like that. And it's I can see the argument both sides for it. I can see why they do it, because
definitely
it gives the youngsters first team experience, but then also I can see the other side of the coin as well.
Yeah,
you could stop a small team getting to Wembley or whatever, you know. I mean,
agree.
Everton's top of their group. Who they've got Morecambe, Harrogate Town, and Hartlepool in there.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, though, right? I mean, you ever place in the pizza trophy, right? The Papa John's trophy, right? I think you should stick to that team, stick to the players who plays in that competition, stick to them. Don't put the first teamers in that competition. Stick to it. Gives them a chance of glory. Do you know what I mean? They've got to learn from somewhere. It's simple as that. Do you know what I mean? That's how I look at it, because it's like you said, it's unfair. But
yeah,
time will tell. Time will tell. And as long as Suns don't win it, by the way. Yeah, plenty of streams from abroad. Not missed 2 games in years. Check out the mag for worldwide TV listings. Well, with just either it's this distant Fire Stick fully loaded. Liverpool, no Maddie, no problems. I like that. I like it. Well, apparently, Simon Maddie said that he misses Liverpool and the Premier League, apparently, but you can't say that when you sort of draw a big club like Bayern Munich. So
no,
you can't say that. Disrespectful. You can't say that. Perfect time for us to play Liverpool next game. Will be just before the Real Madrid game. Might have to use worst squad against us. That's it. Do you know what it is, Tony? They're going to have to play the weekend squad against us. You never know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Because if they're playing Real Madrid, they might want to try and, especially if they're losing to Madrid, they might not be able. They might not want to risk any players getting injured. You know, even if they're losing 2-1 or something like that, they might want to try and think, oh, well, we need our best squad to try and have a go at Madrid. So yeah, who knows? Be interesting.
100%, man, 100%. But they're not beat Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid turns up for the big occasions, and they're going to beat Liverpool again.
Can I
see the beat Madrid? I think Madrid will beat them.
Yeah, I do, John. And I think Man U will get absolutely mullered off Barcelona as well.
I have to agree. Because they haven't got a strong enough team, United. They haven't. But, well, that's what you get for finishing second in the Europa League, eh? Sorry, Mace, if you're watching. Yep, Klopp's complains that scared FSG not able to compete. Jumping across the pond there. Some Liverpool players are on the pension credits. I love that. I love it. The Liverpool owners saw the rise in Newcastle and can't get out quick enough.
True.
We got to Michelle, by the way. Michelle, hope you're okay. And you're welcome to come on my channel one day for a new tune chat. So I cut my kingdom for a cup. Absolutely. I think we beat Chelsea also. They are overhyped. I can't wait for them to do a documentary on Newcastle. It will be amazing. Love seeing the tune ahead of Liverpool. Still have Sartism, man. We've from those 4-3 defeats. One day we beat them 4-3. Liverpool cheated us, saw them against Spurs first half. It was mid extra time with Liverpool 2 up. Ref blew Russell 6-4, the minute was up. Weird that is. You know what it is, right? They will look after the big six. You know what I mean? Because Liverpool, they've got sympathy for Liverpool, by the way. Brentford. Brentford against Wolves. You're right to be cautious, Tony, but I do think owners will invest more in January. Got a great chance position we are in. What a position we're in, I agree. Under 21 would be Sunderland's first team 5-0. Sunderland out of the Carabao Cup because they need their players to fight relegation. Palace or Brighton. Big up to Andy, by the way. Andy, please hit the subscribe button, mate, if you can. That'd be brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Here's the sample. 13 championship teams were eliminated by lower league oppositions this season in the same round. That is incredible. 13 championship teams already knocked out. Wow. What's everyone's thoughts on Jamie Carragher's comments, or he doesn't think they will finish in the top 4? Tony, what do you make of that, mate?
Well, because Carragher doesn't want us to finish in the top 4, does he? So, you know, and because it's not his beloved Liverpool finishing up there. But I hope these ones that are having a go at us, I hope we do finish in the top 4, and then we can just sort of just look at them, stick our fingers up and say, there you go.
Yeah, I think he's shaking as well. He's panicking as well. It's simple as that. We've taken 5 points against the so-called Big Six this season. You only got beat off Liverpool. We got Chelsea on Saturday. We'll win that. Arsenal away. We'll get something out of that game as well. Do you know what I mean? They will not have their own way because we'll be defending superbly against these lot, I'm telling you. But Jamie Carragher seems a bit shaken up as well on Newcastle's progress. Very interesting to see Man U draw Barcelona in Europa. Almost everybody predicted it to happen. Yep, I thought that as well. On women's teams are first in the league, which is fantastic. And I was ever into a conversation between Amaka and Smoggy. They were saying, where would they play the cup final if they both got there? I said, fancy effing Ireland. That's brilliant. I went to the under-21s against Sunderland last week. They scored at the last minute to get a 1-0 draw. They scored in the 94th minute. I think Madison will be our first signing. I'm going to have to agree with that, Tony. Do you know what I mean? Jason's correct. Yeah. I think he'd be our first signing because what it is, like I said earlier, James Madison needs to ask himself the question, would you rather be still at Leicester, mid-table, or would you come to a project club like Newcastle United, third in the league in a minute, and thinking, do you know what? I want a piece of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you will. I think you jump at the chance to come. He wanted to come in the summer, but obviously Leicester wouldn't sell him. So I think this time round, we just got to go in and give Leicester a tempting offer that they can't refuse, and basically, they can turn around and say, right, there's an offer, and Leicester go, oh, hang on, too big to turn down. Right, let's go. That's what they'll do.
Exactly. Or chucking Martin de Braak into the deal as well. I mean, he's not getting the game with United. Yeah, I think it's best get him back and then chuck him in the deal as well. Do you know what I mean? Because he's not kicking the ball in anger at Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean? And he is suffering there in a minute. Like, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people saying that we don't want him back. It's the way he's walked out on this sort of thing. You know what I mean? And you know what it is, right? Is we well documented in the summer, right, that he didn't want to play a second fiddle. And now he leaves us to go to United, a second fiddle. He's come out of one fight into another, Tony. I just don't get it.
No, I don't. I mean, he said, I'm going to the club that's got, that's going to have trophies and things like that. Man U's not won a really big trophy for years, have they? So I think, I don't know what's made his decision to go there and be a bench warmer. I think if we do bring him back in January, just see if we can sell him to Leicester. But then that depends if he wants to come back, though. Exactly. That's the problem, John.
Yeah. And you know what it is, right? I mean, look, we only want players to go be happy. I mean, De Bruyne has had his chance. He missed out, sort of thing, possibly Champions League spot next season, and he wants to play in the Champions League. But unfortunately, right, let's be real. I mean, he's missed out. Simple as that. He has missed out. We'll be Champions League. Man, you won't be Champions League. Could you imagine that? We got a Champions League spot, yeah? I mean, the four is in already, sort of thing. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think with Dubravka, though, I just hope now he's sitting there at Old Trafford. Well, I hope he's just sitting at home and he's looking at the table and thinking, what the hell have I done? Why did I decide to just go here when I could have been? I know I wouldn't have played. I would have been on the bench, but I could have been at Newcastle, who are sitting third in the Premier League. I just wonder how he's feeling. Well, I hope he is feeling that way, because I'm sorry now, you ain't getting back now. That's you finished. He's finished at Newcastle now. That is it. He's finished. He won't be back.
Not a chance. Not a chance. For me personally, I think he's done. He's absolutely done, because there's no way we're going to get him back. And if that means ruin the Slovakia career, Slovakia national team, tough. Simple as that. He should have thought that. Sorry, he should have thought that. So we don't want any bad apples at our football club. Simple as that. So no interest in the women's game. That's an Allen. I hope we sign Trossard. And that'll be easier said than done there, Alan. But Brighton's are tough negotiations to sell. Yeah, I mean, 55 million does the Madison deal. Leicester are skint. But do they want to do business with us? I don't know. But they got any choice.
No, they haven't, John. Not if they want. If they want decent money and that's offered to them, and he's got 18 months left on his contract, they've got to really think, do we or don't we? But do they say no and then run his contract down, but then lose him for nothing? So I don't think it'll happen, John. I think they'll have to sell him. And going back to Trossard, I saw a report tonight that apparently Brighton will probably not sell Trossard to us, because the way we took Dan Ashworth from them and we took Dan Burn off them, they reckon there's no chance that Brighton will do business with us now over Trossard, apparently. So
I tell you what, Tony, money talks at the end of the day. And if he wants to come to Newcastle, you can't stop that player from going to the club he wants to go, right? And it's as simple as that. Do you want to sell him to Newcastle, or if he doesn't, you got to have an unhappy player at that football club. I'm telling you, it's as simple as that. And at the end of the day, right, if they don't do business with us, we should not do business with Brighton ever again. It's as simple as that. There you go. When Bruno got his Brazil call up, and that young kid from Brazil, from Santos, messaged him to congrats him to him, does that mean he's coming to Newcastle? We'll be heavily linked with him. He's with Angelo Gabriel, I believe, plays Santos. Or Andre Santos plays for Vasco da Gama. By the way, they got promoted back to Brasilia Serie A, according to Foxy. So he's been sent off as well, by the way, in that game. So that is great news there. If that's him coming, that'd be brilliant. Dubravka may come back earlier than expected. If he has left us to be first choice somewhere, I think us fans wouldn't have a problem. But he's ruined the status of us fans, leaving us to sit on the bench. Well, exactly. Could have stayed with us and sat on the bench as well. But he thought he's going to get in the first team. Didn't happen. Them players like Lingard, Van der Beek, glad we didn't get them either. Terrible players. Big egos think they're better than they are. Apparently, Lingard could be on his way in January, because he's not getting game time. He's in the lurch as well, by the way. Eddie said his press conference he's going to have a word with Dubravka at some point, lads. Well, I hope that he could be on his way. Trossard and Madison, why not? Dubravka had his chance, went to United. One of our enemies could stay there for all I care. He's on season on loan, mate. So we'll see what happens when he comes back. No problem with Dubravka coming back. If it's okay with Eddie, which he did say. Wow. Trossard would be a fantastic addition. According to Tony, Brighton will not be selling Trossard to Newcastle. Deary me. Trossard will not happen until the summer. They won't sell him Jan. He is too good for Brighton, that is. Big up to David Knight, by the way. Hope you well, mate. Hope you're okay. No way Lingard will not want him to tell what attitude that's at Ashington. I wouldn't touch him a bulge ball, Tony.
I wouldn't touch Lingard at all. He's finished as a player now. He's another one of these another Dele Alli now, and he hasn't cut it at Forest, and apparently they're looking to get rid in January, apparently. So good luck to whoever takes them on, but it's not us.
I think he'll end up going to Europe, mate. But 200k a week, I think we send us some ass off. You take it on a player that got a poor attitude. And I tell you, if I was to take a big gamble on that, whose decision was that? If that was Steve Cooper's decision, right, that's a poor decision. If that was the owner's decision, right, then shame on him, because that was a signing, a disaster. It was disaster signing, poor signing. So my bet's going great. Stevenage and Lincoln to be winning half time. 1-0 for Charlton and Lincoln, 2-0 away to Bristol City. Lincoln winning.
Wow.
2-0 against Bristol City. Wow.
Oh, and he won't be happy, will he?
I don't think he would. Where is Sandy these days? I mean, you know, I heard from him.
I've not seen him for a while, no.
I haven't at all. Good kid. He's a lovely kid, by the way.
He is. He's a nice lad. He really is.
Championship expert as well. Man U players always have big egos and want overpaid. We dodged some bullets with Van der Beek, Dele Alli, Ekitike as well. Ekitike is not even getting the team, by the way, PSG. First, covering, he's on the season-long loan there, but he'll end up going back to his club anyway. Don't you think it's funny? All these players that rejected us, like Lingard, Diaby, has had bad seasons. Diaby, we haven't completely crossed him off the list yet, but Leverkusen will stay up this season. They're too big a club to go down, let's be real. They're a fantastic club. Thank God we didn't get Lingard last January.
John, just to say that, John, no club's too big to go down, John, because
That's true. Yeah.
We're a big club, and we said, we don't deserve to go down, but no club's too big to go down. We've been there, we've done that. I mean, we had the best stadium in the Championship twice when we went down, and we were selling out everywhere. So, yeah, we've not got so nobody's too big to go down. Leverkusen aren't too big to go down. But I think the reason Diaby didn't want to come at that time was, and I don't think it was so much that he rejected us in that way, but I think he just rejected us because it's a World Cup year, and because the World Cup was in November, he thought, if I move now to a new club and I'm going to a different league altogether in a different country, by the time I get myself into that league and get going, I might not be in that French squad. So he's probably thought, I'll stay at Leverkusen where I'm comfortable and I know the football and I know the style of football in Germany. And then maybe after the World Cup, look to move on. And I think that's what he's done. And I ain't got a problem with that, John. That's fair play to the guy.
Yeah. Fair dues. You're correct there. So for Leverkusen are fifth from bottom in the Bundesliga, by the way, with 12 points, and they're not safe yet. Hope Diaby's a lot of rear that. He was always on mine's class, man. That's some win. I don't mind Nottingham, but they have brought loads of players. It's like a gamble. It's not went well so far. Lingard wasn't he only on 1 year left. 1 year and overpaid shows how much he cares about the club. Ekitike start for PSG away the low end. He did Irish with Mbappe. I do hope he gets some game time, by the way. Players like Lingard and mercenaries, they move around for the big payoffs and seems to succeed. And we dodged a bullet in Lingard, lads. We sure did. Glad we didn't get that Carlos one way. He went to Villa. Botman, way better. I tell you what, Botman is way classy. Barcelona seems to take players like Lingard these days. Yeah, I'll tell you what, because these players like to fleece the big clubs. It's as simple as that, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely, John. That's exactly what they like to do. And if Lingard got a big payoff, he wouldn't be bothered, I don't think. The problem with Lingard is he's too busy with TikTok and all this, so J Lings, as he calls himself, doesn't he? So Nottingham Forest have paid out a lot of money on a TikTok star, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what it is, right? I mean, Lingard, he could have made it. When he was going to his heat, but he hardly played, right? Everyone wanted him to come to Newcastle in January, but they stopped him from coming to us, right? And then we look back on it now, in my opinion, we just got quality players here. It's as simple as that. Quality players with no egos. They play for the love of the football club. It's as simple as that. And Foxy had a good point as well. Carlos is in just so you can't criticize his performance. Just unlucky. I do wish Diego Carlos a speedy recovery. I think he's on his way back, and when he comes back, you're going to just see how quality this defender is. And I think Foxy will agree with us, by the way. Yes, he can make a mistake on him, but on this day, he's just a proper defender that defends properly for me. Funny how a lot of Champions League clubs are in the Europa League now to play against Mr. Champions League. That's from I Like Coffee.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you finish third bottom in the Champions League, I think it's one of the 4 best third bottoms, then you automatically drop into the Europa League. So you're getting the second bite the cherry in Europe, you know. I think technically it should be once you're out, you're out. That's it, simple as. But I think... But yeah, there's a lot of Champions League clubs playing in the Europa League and that now, and yeah, because not good enough in the Champions League. And you know, the same, it's the same like if you look at League One, you know, in England, there's a lot of good clubs in that league. I mean, you've got like Sheffield Wednesday, you know, a traditional club, a huge club, you know, in their own right. You've got Ipswich Town, who were European winners. They're in League One, you know.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest won the European Cup twice. They were in League One for a stint and then took 23 years to get out the Championship. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there's a lot of clubs with history everywhere. You know, I mean, you just look at the Conference League. There's teams in that league which, you know, were big clubs in their own right in the Football League. You know, I mean, you look at Yeovil Town. They were in the Championship. Went straight down to League One, down to League Two, down to a National League. Oldham Athletic, 94. They were in the Premier League because we beat them 1-0 away when we scored past Lance Key, who was in goal for Oldham. And then they dropped down and ended up in League Two, and eventually they got relegated last season. You know, struggling. That's the thing. All these teams are just dropping into the abyss. That's the problem, John.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I tell you what it is, right? These clubs goes down because it's just spending money beyond their means, trying to get better. And look what's happened. You go down and you're thinking you're going to get back up again, and you're trying to get back up, like Yeovil as well. By the way, Yeovil, I think they went down the last day. I could be wrong on that sort of thing, but what an effort, though. But it's a shame because Yeovil are a family club, like you mentioned. Oldham used to manage under Joe Royal. Andy Rich used to play for them as well. Ricky Holder used to play for them as well. They pushed top teams all the way, right? And they were a fantastic team, passing team under Joe Royal, playing fantastic football. And it's such a shame for Oldham to be there in the conference, because of the way the club's being run. And it is appalling, and that club's being run. It is a joke. Do you know what I mean? Scunthorpe United is another one as well. All these great clubs, right, are in the conference, Torquay as well. Crazy, man.
Absolutely crazy, John.
Shocking. And I've got one from Ashton, go for more for the wrap up, by the way. What do you think of the talk of Southampton going for Luton's Nathan Jones, I think? Do you know what it is, right? With Nathan Jones, the second time he's going to leave Luton, if that's true. But one thing I'm going to say, right, has he taken the job at the wrong time? That is the thing. For me personally, he's got to work what the owners want, and he likes working with young players, right? And he's going to be head coach. It's a big job to do, Tony. I wish him all the best if he goes there, man.
If he goes there, it's a big job. I mean, last time he left Luton, Graham Jones took over as manager, and he didn't last long there, did he? And that's why Nathan Jones went back. But it's it's a strange one to go there. I mean, Luton are doing okay in the Championship. Does he really want to go to a struggling Southampton team? I mean, it's gonna be. To be fair, I mean, obviously they're getting beat tonight in the Championship. Luton 1-0 at the moment by Stoke, and they're currently 9th in the Championship. But I don't know. Maybe he might have his head turned now. I don't know. But we'll wait and see. See if it's a gamble or because it's going to be a gamble. But you think, John, right? We had our takeover last year. Then not long after, Southampton got their takeover.
Yeah.
And I think the guy's worth about, is he worth about 100 billion or something, I think? Or 10 billion or something? I'm not sure. I might be totally wrong, but I think he's the... is he Serbian or Bosnian or something like that? He has a TV company.
Serbian.
Has a TV company, doesn't he? So, yeah, he's quite a wealthy man. But if it doesn't work with Nathan Jones, they drop the Championship, simple as.
And they probably sack him as well. Because don't forget, Nathan Jones' contract doesn't end until 2027. So there's got to be one hefty compensation there. So they're going to have to back him. Even if they get relegated, they're going to have to back him to get out of the league. They have to. They've got no choice. But
I wonder, John. I wonder if Nathan Jones goes to Southampton. I wonder if every time he comes on the pitch, I wonder if they'll play the tune from Bananarama. Nathan Jones, you've been gone too long.
Love it. I love that. Brilliant. Wow. I tell you what, though, I hope Southampton fans have seen that as well. If things doesn't go well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Big up to Alan, by the way. Thanks for becoming a member, mate. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. 99p. That's all it is. If you'd like to become a member, like Alan just joined, just click on the join button as well. I'm going to wrap up these comments. Link as disgrace, typical United kid. And May said, now all of them have got Rooney's brother playing for them. I think it's Adam Rooney, by the way. I could be wrong. It's called Do the Tan Mackham dropping the first. That's Alan. Great show, John, Tony. Catch you on the next one. Thank you very much for joining, Gareth. And in Sunderland fans say they would get out of the Championship at the first attempt at asking. They did. Went down again, lads. Yes, they did. They were relegated. Championship, League One. It took them, 4 years to get out. Deary me. For that big club, not great at all whatsoever. Thank you very much indeed, Alan, as well. We're going to wrap up there, Tony, because we're an hour and 20 minutes. And, so I know you're a bit late. I know you got your broadband side route. But, wait. So, Tony, can you just tell us where you can find your socials, mate? I don't know.
Yeah. So you can follow me down there at TonyTooney31. Somewhere down there. Anyway, but at TonyTooney31 on Twitter. Give me a follow. I'll follow you back. Also, you can find me on my channel, which is It's All Black and White TV. I've got some great stuff on there. It's going up. It's grown a little bit now, so it's going up nicely now. But yeah, It's All Black and White TV. I ain't got a show tonight, but I'm back tomorrow with John, our dynamic duo show. It's at the earlier time of 20 to 7 because of the football starting, obviously, at 7:45. We'll come on there. We'll be doing a warm-up towards the Crystal Palace game, and we'll have the team lineups for you as well. So please join us on there tomorrow. And thank you for having me on again, John, even though I got on a little bit late tonight.
No, that's absolutely fine. I mean, it's out of your control as well for the broadband, and it's nothing you can do about it. And but thank you for coming on anyway. No matter what, I waited for you anyway, which is great. And great show, John, Tony. Thank you, Julie J. See you all later and so on the fans forum. Do check out on Paul's channel, the Toon Reviews channel. It's a fantastic channel, by the way. He's so passionate, and his channel is the best, in my opinion, in the northeast. So check out Paul's channel as well. Big up to Paul and great. Take care. Or yeah, sure. Thank you very much for you, Jason. Thank you for subscribing as well, mate. And if you like my video, like what you see, give it a like, subscribe, and also share the content as well. And if you'd like to become a member, it's 99p. If you'd like to super chat, you can always use the thanks option and just donate there as well. And thank you very much for coming on, Tony. Really backstage. Until then, I should be back tomorrow on Tony's channel on the warm-up shows, and I'll be back on Thursday. It could be the fans' fault, or it could be the match preview, one of the two. And until then, it's a goodbye and take care.
Goodbye.